Facing someone like Mahomes is seeing every kind of defense. Just how challenging is that when against a player like that?
Yeah, he's as good as you can get. He really is. He's a fantastic football player, creative, innovative, and tough. He's running like crazy this year, which really just makes him a bigger threat. So this is as hard as it gets.
From your time growing up in the Bay, Raiders Chiefs has always been kind of a rival. Now that you're stepping into this rivalry, what is your thoughts on heading to Kansas?
Yeah, I don't see it as a rivalry in that regard, the way that you're thinking of it. I mean, I see this is an opportunity against a team that's dominated our division for a long time, and you have to beat good teams if you're going to be any good, and you have to beat good teams in your division if you're going to be any good. And so it's a great opportunity for us to play these guys. They're kind of rolling right now. They've been going good last few weeks, and it's going to be very difficult.
What has stood out to you the way Andy Reid has built the Chiefs into the team they are?
Oh man, Andy's always been a great coach, always has been, and everywhere he's been, we all get knocked around some during the process of it, but to sustain, I think it's 10 years in a row they won the division. I mean, that's remarkable, incredible consistency, and that's because he's got it all in him. He knows the whole thing. His team plays well in all three phases. They play complementary football all the time. They've been doing it for the longest time, and it's sustained, and it's beyond reproach. You can't even challenge anything.
What's the keys to the success, building off the success you had last week and taking it to this week?
Yeah, it's really important that we play well in all three phases. Like we've been talking about, we've got to find the balance. But one phase of it doesn't hold us back in some way. So we had a tremendous game on special teams last week, which was really important after what we've been through. Defense did a great job, and offense did what we needed to get it done to win a football game. We were ahead, we got to play with the lead, and we were able to hang on to that. So it's much like I talked about Andy's teams. You got to have really all completely balanced approch, or you're just going to win sometimes and not other times. So that's what we're shooting for.
Pete, Jordan Walu, a guy that has been here, for a couple of years. Those of us who have been here have seen him grow, right? He kind of leaps and bounds, and there's big jumps, and then there's bigger jumps. What have you seen from him so far?
Yeah,
what's the key to it?
I may have said earlier on that when we first came here and looking through the film and trying to pick out guys, and see stuff, I thought he looked like he really showed traits that could. Why isn't he a starter? And so we've just treated him like that the whole time that we've talked to him and coached him and set our expectations for him, and he's totally living up to it. He's playing great football. It's not just size, weight, speed thing. It's his heart, the intensity that he plays with, the technique. You saw great pass rushes over the last couple of weeks where he's winning one-on-ones, and he's doing a tremendous job. The plays we liked the most were the perimeter tackles that he made, out on the edge, just showing great effort, really complete effort. So I'm really fired up for him. He's kind of come out of nowhere, and local kid and all that kind of stuff. It's a great story, but he's doing it by hard work. Robbie's doing a great job with him, and I just can't wait to see what happens next.
On top of that, with Deon White, what have you seen out of him that's kind of been resurging with this season? When did this happen?
Well, most of us remember him being a great player, and so when John brought it up, hey, we got a chance to get Devin. What do you think? And he had been kind of knocked around. Didn't have much film to show, the last couple of years, and really, I thought lost his connection a little bit with the game. And so he has. We've been engaged with him for some time now. We've watched him grow. We've watched him embrace the leadership opportunity. He's a heck of a playmaker, and he makes special plays every week. And so all of that just fits together. Plus, he's tough as hell. He's downhill. He knocks the crap out of him when he gets a chance. So all of that it's really been a good story. I'm really glad for him. We were hoping that we could find him and connect him with his past, and it's shown up some. So I had a great game last week.
Tyree's snap counts have increased the last few games, and he's also showed up in the run game, it looks like, at least to us. Does that get him on the field, to our level of knowledge, but does that get him on the field a little bit more when he shows that he can play the run as well as
we're planning on him in the middle of the rotations. He's going. He's doing well. He's playing really hard. His effort has been consistent, and he's such a great physical athlete that it shows up. You see the big hits, and you see the overwhelming plays that he can make coming off blocks and things like that. So I still think his best is ahead of him, and we're really excited that he's contributing such a big way.
Pete, I know earlier in the year you talked about managing Ashton's carries a little bit as a rookie early on, but coming off a career high in carries against the Titans, do you feel he's better equipped for that now, moving forward, a heavier?
I don't think there's any doubt. Yeah, he is, and we have to make sure we don't overdo it too early. But yeah, he's physical, he's tough, he's resilient. He delivers punishment, and he also, he can take it well too. He's handled himself really well. It's a long haul. It's a long haul, and we have to make sure that we're managing it right. But I think that being kind of normal for him is what we should expect. With around 20 carries a game, somewhere in there is what we would hope.
What did you see from Caillou Blue Kelly, who had struggled a couple games but looked like he really bounced back last week?
He had a terrific game last week. He did, and that's if they go after you, they're going to get you. And once in a while, and he's been had a couple times, but all plays that he could, he would have played a little bit differently if he had another chance at him. Give him more chances. I think he's going to continue to grow. The thing that Caillou brings is his physicality, his tackling really outstanding, his play on the perimeter, his containment, other things than what you normally look like for in the corner, like he's just a press guy or he's a cover guy. He's a more complete football player than that, and it shows. And it showed last week, and I thought Pat did a really nice job of game planning and making sure that he was in great positions, and he answered the call really well.
It's always easy to focus on Patrick Mahomes and the offense, but they've always done a good job defensively as well. What is it that their staff does there?
Well, Spags is a tremendous coordinator. He's been around. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He's game planned against the very best for years and years, and they played winning championship football for years. So they make great decisions. They make great adjustments. Game plans are difficult. They utilize their personnel really well, and he's got a feel for when to be aggressive and when not to. So he's got all of the elements of a great quarterback.
Back in the obviously you just went up against a really good time the last week with Jeffrey Simmons, especially after another one with Chris Jones. Just now having to go up against back-to-back weeks with these dominant tackles. How do you prepare your offensive line for that?
Hopefully, really well. Yeah, it's just kind of one after another. Simmons last week was really difficult, and we had a lot of things we tried to handle. Sometimes we could get him, and other times he'd get us. It's kind of the same, and with Jones, he's a really effective football player, and he can dominate the line of scrimmage. And we just got to see if we can minimize his impact with all of the things that we do to accomplish that.
That's good.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.